Now on CoastTV News.
A months-long drug investigation in Laurel ends with 2 arrested. Summer kicks off the unofficial start in Rehoboth Beach and along the coast as businesses gear up.
And it's been a beautiful start to our unofficial start this summer. A bit on the cool side. We've seen some breezy conditions as well. We're going to bump the temperatures up a few more degrees into our Memorial Day. Calm the winds down. My latest forecast is coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Good evening. I'm Brandon Ferguson. Welcome to CoastTV News at 6. We begin tonight with a months-long drug investigation in Laurel, ending with 2 arrests. On your screen now is where police say the investigation led them to. The 2000th block of the Caravel Gardens apartment complex in Laurel. That's where Jessica Young and Ricky Horsey were arrested on felony charges. Police found crack cocaine and prescription pills, including opioids, packaged for sale. The bus followed a month-long investigation by Laurel police with tactical support from Seaford's Spear team. Both are charged with drug distribution and other offenses and are being held on a $12,000 secured bond. The city of Salisbury is now facing another lawsuit over development, but this case is trying to stop one. A downtown business owner and realtor is suing the city and town center apartments. Holly Worthington wants the agreement between the two invalidated, claiming it was illegal and violated city code and state law. This dates back several years. Talks of developing the downtown has been going on for more than a decade. Worthington cites downtown parking as a concern.
That essentially was what we are utilizing Lot 15 for this building. This building is a huge investment for me. I put hundreds of thousands of dollars into revamping this office, and I do believe it's going to be a devaluation of my investment here.
The developer Brad Gillis says he plans to continue forward with the plans. Mayor Randy Taylor says the agreements the city entered into are not conducive to the growth of the downtown area. Here on the coast, Memorial Day weekend often marks the unofficial start to summer. That means visitors flocking to the beach and businesses bracing for a busier season. The coffee mill in Rehoboth Beach told CoastTV that these next few months are critical for business. One visitor says she's excited to start her season in the nation's summer capital.
This weekend we're going to have some good food hopefully, and looking for a good place to have some crabs. We're going to maybe go out on a friend's boat to Saturday, tomorrow, and then do some shopping, walking around to the local shops and see what they have.
And for those locals and visitors planning to go in the ocean in Rehoboth Beach, lifeguards are back on duty as of today. We're going to take a live look outside. The time is now 6:03, and we're going to bring in our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobuono. And Chris, take a look out Rehoboth, people enjoying Memorial Day Saturday here.
I'll tell you what, it's a bit on the cool side, a little cooler than I think most of us would want. I think most of us would want maybe in the 80s, but I'll tell you what, not much to complain about. We have sunshine, we have a few clouds out there, bit on the breezy side. Now as we go into the rest of our Memorial Day weekend, we are going to see slightly milder temperatures, and we're going to calm those winds down a bit. Highs today so far, Georgetown coming in at 69 degrees. We saw a high of 70 in Salisbury, 69 in Ocean City, 70 in Easton. Right now we have a mix of sun and clouds, a gorgeous evening out there. We're at 67 in Milford, 67 in Lewis, 70 Bethany Beach. We're at 67 Dagsboro, and we're at 68 in Georgetown. You can see winds right now still gusting. We're towards a 29 miles an hour, Indian River Inlet, 22 in Millsboro. A few cumulus clouds with this area of low pressure over Canada, and that's kind of wrapping in some moisture to our north. High pressure, though, keeping that system to the south, and we are going to see plenty of clear skies through the evening, falling into the around 59 by around 10, eventually dipping into the upper 40s away from the coast. So a slight chill in the air tonight. As we go into our sunny, mostly sunny, we go into the overnight. Could see a brief passing shower, a milder day in the lower to mid 70s. I think Memorial Day will be the milder of the two. Aside from a brief morning sprinkle or morning clouds, a beautiful Memorial Day shaping up on the Delmarva Peninsula. We'll talk more about your Memorial Day and some unsettled weather down the road when I return with that full 7-day forecast here in a little bit.
Thank you, Chris. The holiday travel rush is on. TSA says Friday was its third busiest travel day of all time. TSA says it screened more than 3 million passengers yesterday. The agency expects to screen 18 million passengers at airports nationwide during the extended holiday weekend. TSA says the Real ID rollout has not been a big problem, as 93% of passengers are showing up with a Real ID or another acceptable form of identification. And we just spoke about people flying. Now let's take a look at our roads. This is Coastal Highway heading into Rehoboth Beach, and looks about normal this time of day. This video on your screen from just 30 minutes ago. And all this Memorial Day weekend talk brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, do you usually travel for Memorial Day weekend? Let's take a look at the results. Just under half, 41% saying never, I stay local, with 26% saying rarely, and with the sights and sounds of Delmarva, local is not a bad option. If you haven't voted, you can still vote now on our CoastTV.com website or on our mobile app. An unexpected twist at a community town hall on Chincoteague, where national concerns were the big focus. Yesterday, dozens gathered inside council chambers for a meeting with Democratic Senator Mark Warner. Officials expected the meeting to cover local issues such as tourism and small businesses, but many of the people who spoke during the Q&A session voiced concerns over what's happening at the federal level, specifically President Trump's proposed budget. Senator Warner says he's heard the crowd loud and clear.
It's only going to get solved in a bipartisan fashion, and I've had a history of trying to do that. I think this bill that came out of the House is awful. I think it will hurt communities in ways that are frankly unprecedented.
Senator Warner says the issues brought up yesterday can be resolved at the federal level, but it will be more important for both parties to work together as the president's proposed budget heads to the Senate. Shifting our focus now to Milton. This is Cave Neck Road between Diamond Farm Road and Hudson Road, where crews in Milton will be working throughout the summer. DelDOT says they're making permanent repairs to a 113-year-old bridge, leading to a partial closure of Cave Neck Road. DelDOT says they looked at the best possible time frames to get this work done.
There's never a good time to do construction or close a road, but again, taking things into consideration like the school year, things like that, it was really what prompted us to move forward with getting this done.
McLeod says DelDOT wanted to avoid any further issues on that bridge that would require an emergency closure. At West Point's commencement today, President Donald Trump told cadets they're all winners. Trump said they're becoming officers in the most powerful army the world has ever known. He says the military's focus needs to be on crushing America's enemies.
Getting rid of the distractions, and we're focusing our military on its core mission, crushing America's adversaries, killing America's enemies, and defending our great American flag like it has never been defended before.
He also referred to his administration's crackdown on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, saying our troops have been liberated from divisive and demeaning political training.
Well, if you have any plans this Saturday evening, it's going to be pretty nice. A cool, crisp evening. Temperatures falling into the lower 60s. Eventually, we're going to see some upper 40s, I think, inland overnight into the early part of our Sunday. We'll talk more about the rest of your Memorial Day weekend forecast in a few minutes.
Russia attacks Ukraine overnight. Missiles and drones were used. How many were left injured after the attacks? This all coming just hours after a prisoner swap between the countries. We have the details after the break.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
For the second day, Ukraine and Russia each exchanged more than 300 prisoners of war. In Ukraine, 307 soldiers arrived by bus at an undisclosed location. The exchange was the second phase of a deal involving 1,000 prisoners from each side. President Trump says the prisoner swap could signal a new phase in efforts to negotiate a peace deal in the 3-year-long war. And on your screen now is attacks from Russia overnight, a major aerial attack on Ukraine's capital earlier today, injuring at least 15 people. And this attack came just hours after Russia and Ukraine began that large prisoner exchange we just spoke about, swapping hundreds of soldiers and civilians. The overnight attacks included missiles and drones, which triggered fires throughout the city.
Well, we're going to stay rain-free at least for the next 3 days, and then things turn a bit unsettled as we go into Wednesday, Thursday of next week. We'll talk more about the remainder of your Memorial Day forecast, as well as that rain next week when Coast TV News at 6 continues. Well, I hope the Memorial Day weekend is off to a good start for everybody. We certainly are weather-wise. I know we'd like to be a little bit warmer across the area, but we are seeing bright blue skies out there. Just a few cumulus clouds in Cambridge. We're at 70 degrees. It's going to be a really nice evening if you're heading out. Temperatures falling to around 61 by around 10 under mainly clear skies. You can see temperatures right now holding at 68 Bethany Beach. We're at 67 in Rehoboth, 67 in Milton, 68 Bridgeville, and we are at 70 in Seaford. It's been breezy. We've seen gusts upwards of 30 miles an hour at times, still gusting upwards of 29 Indian River Inlet, 29 in Ocean City, 28 in Salisbury. We'll see those winds subside a bit through the evening. We do have a small craft advisory up through about 9 for the Bay. See a few clouds to our north, a few brief showers into southeastern Pennsylvania, New York. See this big broad area of low pressure across the Canadian Maritimes, kind of spinning some moisture back off to the west. But this high pressure system off to the Great Lakes, that's going to be keeping us nice and dry and suppressing any moisture from the south advancing northward. Now, if you're going to venture out in the water over the weekend, still a bit on the chilly side. You see those temperatures across much of the Atlantic, still in the lower 60s. Mid to upper 50s across Jersey, so still on the chilly side. Tonight, though, we remain mainly clear. I think many locations away from the coast dip into the upper 40s. So we see plenty of sunshine into our Sunday, temperatures rising upper 60s to lower 70s. And we could see a brief overnight shower, overnight Sunday into early Monday. Not a big deal. Our Memorial Day afternoon, we are basking in sunshine and temperatures in the mid-70s, lower to mid-70s. So there's the setup, high pressure, keeping that system to the south. That brief system may just graze us late Sunday night. So tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at highs, lower 70s, lower to mid-70s, 73 Vienna, 71 Salisbury, the warm spot Chicotee coming in at 75. So looking very nice along the coast. 71 in Lewis to 69 in Dewey Beach, partly cloudy skies. Winds out of northwest anywhere between about 5 to 15 miles an hour, 69 in Bethany, and we are at 72 in Ocean City. So mostly sunny to start our Sunday, partly cloudy through the afternoon. There's the clouds increasing late Sunday night. Then there's a brief shower, brief sprinkle overnight, maybe into early Monday morning, but by the afternoon, plenty of sunshine with temperatures in the lower 70s, lower to mid 70s, upper 60s at the coast. So 73 for your Memorial Day, looking pretty nice again with that morning sprinkle possible. There you see the precipitation chances really begin to ramp up as we go into Wednesday as another area of low pressure pushes through. So Tuesday we're mostly cloudy, a dry day. By Wednesday, yeah, kind of a nasty day. On and off showers, could be heavy at times. I don't think we get out of the 60s into Wednesday, but the good news is it's a brief shot of cool air as well as the unsettled weather, because we're right back up to 77 into Thursday, and we stay pretty mild the rest of the week with a chance of showers into Saturday.
Still to come on Coast TV News at 6, the Supreme Court pausing discovery in a case against Doge. But first, the Justice Department making a deal with Boeing after 2 deadly 737 crashes. The Justice Department has struck a deal with aircraft maker Boeing to avoid prosecution of the company over 2 deadly crashes of the 737 MAX. That's according to a Friday court filing. This makes an official proposal publicly reported last week, though a judge will still have to approve the deal for it to go into effect. If approved, the agreement will end a long and contentious case against the company. The Supreme Court has paused their discovery in the Doge case. The temporary pause allows the Trump administration to shield Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency from the Freedom of Information request. which are seeking thousands of pages of material. The Trump administration says that despite its name, DOJ is just a presidential advisory body. Coast TV News continues after the break. Health problems have forced Billy Joel to cancel the remaining dates of his stadium tour. Joel's team posted to social media saying the legendary singer has been diagnosed with a brain disorder which is causing hearing, vision, and balance problems. They say he is committed to healing and prioritizing his health. After the break here on Coast TV News at 6, as we take a beautiful look into Ocean City, we have a final check on your forecast.
Taking a live look into a sunny Salisbury where a temperature of 69 degrees. It's going to be a really nice evening with clearing skies. Temperatures falling to around 59 by around 10. Chilly night. We're going to dip into the upper 40s for most locations away from the coast. You get your forecast anytime by dialing our First Alert weather phone. And we're looking at temperature 72 tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies. Could see a brief shower overnight Sunday into Monday, but most of Monday is dry, beautiful 73, and then we get unsettled as we go into Tuesday into Wednesday. Looks like widespread rain into Wednesday, kind of a nasty day with temperatures barely getting out of the 60s, but we rebound pretty quickly, 77 Thursday and Friday, and then we're back up near 80 degrees by next Saturday.
Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Be sure to join us tonight at 11. Until then, have a great night.